Here's my freshly molted Acanthoscurria geniculata female. Let's see if she's now ready to eat now that she is hardened up. Oh yeah, of course. There you go. Get you a nice good meal after that molt. Ain't she gorgeous? Oh, you gonna let it go, huh? Oh, say no way. Come back here. Your dinner. Yeah, she's a gorgeous girl. I'm so grateful she's a girl. Awesome. Alright, we'll let her eat. Next. Here's my Maraca cabocla. I'm going to offer this one a mealworm. Ah, you're interested. That'll be a good meal for you. Gorgeous tea. It's a suspect female. Did you get it, or did you let it burrow? Oh, I see. You didn't really get it. Like you're interested, but you're leery. Like, what's this? I've never given this one a worm before. Okay, I definitely think she's interested. My goodness. Pretty good attack there. I had to look for a tiny worm. But yep, perfect size. Alright. Let this beauty eat. Next. Here's another lovely lady. Nhandu chromatus. She might be in pre-molt. She's starting to look a little faded, and abdomen's a little on the larger side, and it's darker. I'll attempt to feed her anyway, just in case she's hungry. Sometimes teas are hungry right up till they molt, and they don't want it, I'll take it out. That's another sign she may be in pre-molt right there. She normally would spaz out quite a bit. And you could see how docile she is. So, that's what I figured, but just wanted to check just in case. And she's gorgeous. And normally she would have gone nuts. Yeah, you need to molt, sweetheart. You'll be even more beautiful. Yeah, she's molted for me twice since I've had her. One of my favorites. Alright, girly. We'll leave you alone. Got plenty of water. Alright, next. This is my Acanthoscurria chacoana. Let's see if this one wants to eat. Another female. I'll offer her a mealworm also. Do you see how fast she turned around? She's no joke. Imagine if that had been my finger. she would bite. Atta girl. You enjoy your mealworm. I think your butt's too big for a super this time. Oh, see, there's a food bolus. Let me remove that. There we go. Cool. Alright. Enjoy your meal. Next. This is my Brachypelma vagans. Can't see her too well, but it is another female. And I believe she's in pre-molt, so I'm not going to offer her any food. She's been denying food lately. But she's doing just fine. I keep checking in her enclosure to see if she's molting. Again, I think she's molted for me once or twice in my care. She's one of the first ones I've had. They're pretty slow growing. Brackies are. Yep, doing great. Alright, next. The abdomen is quite big on this Lasiodora parahybana, but as you can see, it's not dark yet. This one's very hair flicky. I used to think this one was a male, but now I'm beginning to think it's a female, as slow as it's growing. Let's see if she would like a worm. Since her abdomen is quite big, she only gets one mealworm. Yeah, that's how she could be. Yeah, very hair flicky. You might be able to see the hairs. Alright, I can take a hint. Sometimes she'll still eat despite being defensive, but apparently she's not in the mood today. She's definitely a tea that flicks probably the most hairs in my collection right now. Very skittish. Alright, we'll leave her be. Next. Here's my smaller Brachypelma albopilosum, who will also get a mealworm. They're not quite as wiggly as the superworms are, which is quite annoying, but it's okay. They eventually get eaten anyway. Are you gonna get it? Come on, it's dinner. There you go. Need a little coaxing. Yeah, that's a good meal for you. That's all you get. That's it. You didn't let go of it, did you? No, I think you got the end of it. Alright. Got you some water too. Alright, enjoy your meal. Alright. Next. Here's my Paraphysa parvula. Also gets a mealworm. Let's see if I could find a good size for this one. One that wiggles. That'll work, I guess. I usually give this one cricket, so I think this one will appreciate the change. Definitely beautiful species. I love the green carapace and the mirror patch on the abdomen. Very beautiful. Good beginner teas too. Easy to care for and mostly docile. And very good eaters. Yep. Alright, you enjoy. Alright, next. This is my very slow growing Aphonopelma chalcodes. This one isn't really one to take food on camera, but may eat anyway. Not really one of my best eaters anyway. A lot of times I have to pick out a dead carcass uneaten. They're just that way. Anyway, you got a mealworm to choose from if you want it. First time I've given this one a mealworm. I found a smaller one, so perhaps it'll work out. I'll just check on it later. Doing great. Alright, next. Here's my smaller Brachypelma smithi. Will also be offered a mealworm for the first time. Small one. I had to sift through it and pick one that I thought would work with the size. Oh, that one's borderline too big. Let me see if I could find one. Well, there's a dead one. Let's see if I could find a smaller one. It's kind of like I said, it's borderline too big. I mean, I think he could probably take it, but you know, I don't want to make it too hard on him. Here's a smaller one. Well, no, actually that's about the same size. Let's see. They're not as strong as supers, so this one could probably take it down okay. This one's thinner. It may be about the same length, but I think it's thinner. So let me remove this one and put that one back and put this one in. Yeah, this one doesn't always eat on camera either. But anyway, I think that's a better choice. Cool. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Here's a lovely lady, Grammostola porteri, a normal color form. Her appetite's just kind of meh. You know, sometimes she eats, sometimes she doesn't. But at least she's not going through that huge fast that she went through. Oh my goodness. Don't ever worry about your teas starving to death. This one went about a year before it started eating. Yes, you heard me correctly. Crazy how they fast. And her abdomen stayed plump, and then she finally molted. So I just kept her hydrated, and I you know, would give her food sometimes, and you know, at least offer it to her. And thankfully, she was willing to take that. Very cool. There you go, girl. She's definitely one of my favorites because this was my first tarantula. Got me into the hobby. You know, when I got her, I said, okay, this is the only tarantula I'll get. And then I got an OBT. Yeah, that was kind of unwise of me to get that one so soon. But I've done, you know, just fine with it. And then I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now I'm at 26. I've had a few deaths, but I've had replacements. I would like to have more than that, but money is tight, so can't buy as many as I'd like right now. She's a beauty. Alright, sweetheart, you enjoy that. Alright, next. This is the lair of my Psalmopoeus cambridgei, and now it's kind of hard to point at it. Right there, the abdomen. Put a cricket in there. It's stuck in the web right now, so I know it'll get it. Very good eater. Very cute. About 1.5 inches long. enjoy that. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Here's my freshly molted Avicularia purpurea. And yeah, I'm too squeamish to cut a cricket in half or a mealworm in half. Yeah, I know I'm a wuss. But this is about the smallest one I could find. And this tea looks pretty small right now because it's all scrunched up. But it's actually quite leggy. So, and also a voracious eater, so perhaps it will attempt to eat the mealworm. But that's about the smallest one I could find. But as you can see now that the legs are spread, the tea looks larger. I'll leave it in there and check on it later, just to make sure everything's okay, but I think the tea could take it down. Just might be a little hesitant at first, like you saw, because this is the first time I've offered a mealworm to this one. Beautiful avic. Can't wait till it starts showing its beautiful purple, but the abdomen looks so cool right now. Still thinking about it. I know this one would be hungry because it hasn't eaten since it molted, so it should definitely want to eat. I think it's just, you know, hesitant with being the mealworm for the first time. And it is, you know, a large prey item, even though I think the tea could get it. But just might be a little leery at first. You could tell that it's interested, but cautious. Aren't they cute? I tell you, avics are just adorable. Alright, well, we'll leave it alone and I'll just check on it later. Alright. Oh, and by the way, that tiny bee smithi did end up catching the worm, and it has it in its fangs right now. Figured that would happen off camera. Alright, next. This is my Ephebopus murinus, also freshly molted. And this one I definitely don't have a prey item that's a good size for this one. So what I'm going to do is give it a mealworm that's already dead, but it hasn't been dead long. You could tell that it's still fairly fresh. So I'm going to offer it this only because it's, you know, bound to be hungry since it molted recently. So I'll see if it'll take it, and if it doesn't, I'll just remove it. Yeah, it's not moving, so it may not attract the tea very easily, but I'll give it a shot. I don't have any pinhead crickets on me. All the crickets I have are too large, and like I said earlier, I'm not one to want to crush their heads or anything like that. It just grosses me out. So we'll just leave this one alone, but there it is in its new colors. Looking great. Alright, we'll move on to the next one.